Good morning, traders. Jefferson Fossey here with Walsh Trading. Happy Wednesday. It is November 5th. Beautiful full moon this morning when I was out walking the dog. Sorry I'm a few minutes late here. The train was about a half an hour late today. Thank you, Metro. Appreciate that. Let's take a look and see what the markets did here yesterday, what may have happened overnight, what might happen here today. Please keep in mind futures trading does involve substantial amounts of risk. Certainly not suitable for all investors, traders, or producers. So starting off here with the live candle, December live candle down 442 here yesterday, 227.77, breaking back underneath that 100-day moving average. I don't think that's very supportive. Very large bearish engulfment here, expecting the cattle market to stay weak here, in my opinion. February did it even worse. Bearish engulfment there as well, closing well below the 100-day moving average here. Not a good sign. I expect the cattle market to continue to work its way down. Feeders also a very large bearish engulfment, also back underneath that 100-day moving average. $7.30 lower here yesterday to finish January, 329.22. The volume wasn't huge on any of these markets here in the cattle, but yeah, big technical moves here. I think this is not friendly here, at least in the near term. Long term, yeah, we still have less cattle and more people to feed, but technical selling persists and the markets look very, very weak. Lean hogs here, lower lows, lower highs yesterday, closing now for the second consecutive day here below that 200-day moving average. Market seems relatively weak, not nearly as weak as the cattle market seem to be here, but I would expect the market, the hogs here, perhaps trend down and check into that July 15th low, which was right around 77.72. Flipping over to the grain markets here. Corn is down a quarter-cent here today. Not a whole lot of movement into December. The March corn is actually up a quarter-cent, so pretty quiet here overnight. Diesels had lower lows, lower highs relative to yesterday's trade here so far. Yesterday we were down 2 3/4. Market staying relatively firm. It was turnaround Tuesday perhaps yesterday. Stochastics hooking back a little bit. So yeah, we were down a little bit here in the corn, down a little bit in the beans, which I'll get to here in a minute. Like to see the corn get get up over that 200-day moving average. You see that in purple there. That's at 436.5. Reference March. It's a little bit further a lift. It's 451 1/4, but I do think the market does want to head that direction. January soybeans here yesterday were down 12 3/4. Lower lows, lower highs. Big turnaround Tuesday here yesterday. A very large trading range again, 2 days in a row here. Yesterday's range went from 11.35 down to 11.12.5, so a little over 20 cents or so on the range. Today we're up 3 1/4 here, holding up above 5-day moving average support. I think the bean market does want to trend higher. Same thing here with soy meal. Losing a little bit of momentum here this week, and we spiked up to new highs here on Monday, but we were down 340 here yesterday. Today we're up about $2.70. Also holding 5-day moving average support. Might have expected a little bit better, but deeper of a pullback here, perhaps to the 10-day, perhaps to against those highs that we had here in April and in May, right around that 311, 310 or so area is kind of what I would have expected. Haven't seen that today. It's up 270, off its highs a little bit, but the market does look like it wants to go up. December soybean oil 6 higher here this morning. Yesterday it was down 31. Closing right back to that 200-day moving average here yesterday, just under it, I believe. This morning that average is at 49.53. We're trading 49.59 here at the moment, just above it. Kind of an equilibrium day here on bean oil to start off with, opening and closing about where we finished the overnight session there. Looking over at Chicago wheat, strong day up here again yesterday, up 6 3/4, 550 1/4. Like to see that up over 550. This morning we're down just a little bit, 2 1/4 lower, 548. Might just be backing and filling. We've closed up above that 100-day moving average now for 2 days in a row. I think that's relatively supportive, and there is still a gap here that we had left here from Friday to Monday of a week and a half ago now. But the market does want to stay firm. Look for 5-day moving average support right around 540. KC wheat's down about 3 cents here today. Strong day up yesterday as well, 4 3/4 higher. Also 2 days above that 100-day moving average. like these markets. They're starting to hook themselves around, starting to stay a little bit firmer. See if that 5-day moving average support here, 527, 7/8, 528 or so, that should hold, maybe about a nickel lower than where we're at. In my other charts, I do have a few new signals here today. Coffee market is up $1.10 here. My chart's flipping back to the buy side. 5 and 10 day averages making a bullish crossover here today. Stochastics pointing toward higher prices. A little bit concerned that yesterday's trade here might have put another short-term top in there. I don't like those candles. They look like that big ones that we saw here, you know, a week and a half or so ago, almost 2 weeks ago now. Very similar to the one we saw here in the middle of September. A little bit smaller. Doesn't preclude the market from going up. We saw a day like that here, October 15th. Very similar kind of trade shape to yesterday. Short-term averages are hooking up. Stock indexes, on the other hand, short-term averages are all hooking down. S&P, E-mini S&P, it's up 375 here this morning, but you do have the 5-10 day crossing over here with today's trade. Same thing in the NASDAQ. Same thing here in the Dow. All those are just a touch higher here, but you know, the Russell preceded that that short index signal here by about 2 days. We got that signal here with Monday's trade. That's staying a little bit weak here as well, but it is trying to find some support here. That's what I've got for you folks today. Oh, I've also got a new signal here in crude. Almost thought I was done. 30 lower here at the moment, 60.26. The market's been sideways here since October 23rd. We've kind of been stuck within that range. Short-term averages, 5-10 day, they are hooking back over into bearish territory. Stochastics pointing lower here as well. Crude might be getting a little bit toppy here. It's been struggling for the last week and a half, 2 weeks here to get up above that 50-day moving average. Hasn't been able to do that. And you do have the short-term averages flipping over toward the bearish side there. I do appreciate you folks listening. Remember to like, share. You know, if you like this, share it with folks that you think might benefit here from my commentary. Remember to subscribe so you get notifications when I go live every morning, and also on Wednesday afternoons. And if I can be of any service, hey, give me a call. Direct number is 312-957-8248. Thanks, folks.